I really liked, if I can ask Rio, where are you taking United finishing next season? Like, what, top 6 with what? Like, do you know what I mean? Because to me, right about now, that is...
I'll take 6 now. Next season. If you give me, seriously, why are you laughing? If you gave me like a really consistent identity and way of playing, and 6 from where we are right now, I'm taking it. And a good bit of recruitment. All day. Thank you so much, Noor. Shout out Noor, man.
I'm crying.
Yeah. You're literally really crying it. I can't believe it. So you think that's sensible? I think that's sensible.
It's sensible, but it's just
a big fall from grace.
Yeah, where you are now, you know what I mean? Good to see you again after yesterday's ball draw.
I know, man. We can get into that, man. Right, but listen, just welcome, guys, to this episode of Rare Presents. I mean, we've got Joel Beya in the studio again.
What's going on?
Every week, he's always here. But I think we have to have a little bit of a deep dive into like the rebuild job that Amorim's doing and hopefully about to do in the summer. And obviously around this derby, and a lot's kind of the fallout is how boring and systematic teams are. We've been saying this all season, by the way.
Yeah.
Like with different players we've had on air, whether it be Bex or Jed Spence, even the other day, one of the regulars we have on, Joel
Lescott,
who works with a lot of the current players of England. Mm-hmm. And they all talk about it being very systematic. I see a lot of the fallout from it, and everyone's talking about how flat it was, and it was that. It was people saying it was a poor spectacle. I think that's fair, but it goes back to the point that we've all been talking about before. But the system is overriding individuals / mavericks. That's been a fact. That's why Cole Palmer stood out so much for the last 18 months.
Yeah,
because he's playing with a freedom that not many players or teams allow. But I think that when we look at Manchester United and City right now, if that was, I don't know, Everton against a Bournemouth.
Not playing for much towards the end of the season, that's the type of game you get half the time, yeah? A Palace against Everton or whatever it is. That's the type of game you get this stage of the season. No one says a thing. Only because it's Man United and Man City that people are moaning and saying, and it's become a much, much bigger thing that everyone's talking about. This is 2 teams that aren't really playing for anything now. City aren't fighting for the league. United are just hovering above relegation area teams. So you're going to get a game like that in those circumstances. And I think you just got to be honest and sensible and acknowledge where the 2 teams are at right now. First of all, City are only 1 point ahead of Villa, by the way, so they can't get too comfortable. Secondly, right, and they still need to fight.
That's the team that's always playing for the league, though, Joel. Now they're getting qualifying for the Champions League. To them is like a minor.
They need to be careful because they might not make Champions League the way they were playing and the way things are looking. Newcastle on form as well, but I digress. I saw a clip, and I showed you. Actually, we all watched it in there. It was Man United versus AC Milan.
Yeah, aura.
Oh my gosh.
Where's the main camera, guys? Aura. If you get this clip, get the clip up. Go on, I'll let you go, Joe.
It was ridiculous, the amount of players on show. Bear in mind, I know that they're playing for Champions League and it was different and whatnot.
AC Milan versus Man United back in the day. 2006?
I can't even remember. Like I just know that Kaka was on display. Pirlo, Inzaghi was on the bench. You know, Maldini, yourself, Scholesy, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Nesta, Jaap Stam. Like it was, I was just looking at it.
Seedorf.
I just thought, what is going on? And I asked you a question. I said, obviously clips can show you something else, but what was it really like in that tunnel? Like, was it barbarian? Was it what Owen Hargreaves said, sharks?
No, it was respect, but I'll take anything you've got on you. It's mine. And I think that's the way it was. And we weren't even favourites going in there because we were a young team then. We hadn't won a Champions League. They had players that had won multiple Champions League experience coming through every single pore of each player. But look at that team, man. Like, you know, you go out at the San Siro, you walk out and you see that. Like, it's like a beauty. Look back now, it's like, wow, I was just happy that I was there, man.
Yeah, you had so many players who could make something from nothing. The other day we have Jed Spence. He's here. Really good interview, by the way. Clips have been flying everywhere. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. You know, current player who speaks his mind. We asked him about what's it like playing under Postecoglou.
Do you have any freedom? What did he say, Ria?
I think we should just play it. So just have a listen to this, because I think it's important we get feedback and insight from the players that are currently playing today and what it's like to be in that dressing room, and listening to the manager portraying that real systematic approach, which most of them, if not all of them, do that today.
What about in-game management, right? And there's a circumstance where, I don't know, it's just not going well. You're feeling the pressure. Yeah. Do you or any other person in the team, you know, have the right to be like, look, right about now, we're under the cosh.
Yeah.
So for 5 minutes, instead of doing X, we're going to do X. And you talk amongst yourself as players. Are you allowed to do that a little bit, or is it?
Nah, man, it's just, that's the method, man. That's the way.
Yeah.
And to be fair to the manager, I mean, we will never get in trouble for playing his way, you know, even if we're under pressure or, you know, we're not having a great game. If we play his way, then it's like, you know, he takes it on himself to be like, you know, that's the way I want my players to play. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's and you look at, that's what that clip you spoke about with the AC Milan players and our team there. Within that, yes, we had a way of playing, a structure, but it was all about who's going to win us the game today. It wasn't the way we're going to play, it's the structure. I'm going into the game going, Ruud van Nistelrooy's got 42 and 47 appearances in the Champions League. He's going to, Rooney, I know this is the occasion he wants to step up. And I know he can play against someone like Nesta, Maldini, I know he can do it. Like Cristiano Ronaldo against Cafu, I'm backing him. Do you know what I mean? But whether it happens or not, but I'm looking to rely on an individual.
It's true.
Yes, the team is a supporting cast to this, but there's going to be an individual, his name's going to go up in lights today. Do you know what I mean? We went to Turin playing against a great Juventus team with Del Piero, Trezeguet, Davids, all them players, Thuram, etc., Buffon. Giggsy said, it's me today. It was a time actually he was getting booed at that time. Giggsy said, no. I'm going there. I've got a bit of a free roll today and I'm going to bag 2. And I'm going to make sure we win the game. And that's what happened. Giggsy went there and delivered. It's like, you need a team. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say it was all individual Supermen back in the day, but the team, but the team was the supporting cast to the individuals going out and producing them moments.
And that's what we loved, you know. That's why when you look at those Scorpio adverts, there was nothing but superstars. But when you look, for example, at the gameplay this weekend, everyone's sitting at a low block, you know. Can Manchester United or any Man United manager succeed, right, playing transitional football at the club?
Well, it hasn't worked, has it? I think all the managers we've had, whether you look at Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, Oli, they've kind of, for whatever reason, it just hasn't worked. Oli kind of went back into a counter-attacking team almost.
I was going to say that's the closest, because I said that earlier to you and you corrected me.
Yeah.
I thought, Oli's been the closest because he had Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood as well. But you said no.
No. He was. You go to all the games, especially the big games. They were very much like a counter-attack team a lot of the time. I remember definitely like Arsenal going away there. Always when Lukaku was here, playing that counter-attack football, which is fine. But then you want to see a progression of being able to dominate teams and dominate the big games, and that didn't progress to that. Louis van Gaal played a style of football that wasn't what the Man United hierarchy and the fan base actually wanted to see, a bit of slow and pedantic football. And Mourinho went into a more defensive type of football, which didn't work here. So that's been the case. What this manager needs, and I think one of the biggest surprises for him when he started looking at data and then being at the training ground and seeing the players day in, day out, and then getting into the games, would have been how far off physically they are to all the other teams. I'm not talking about distance covered, etc. The ability to play at a high intensity with speed, with that physical durability throughout 90 minutes consistently. I think Man United are way off. And I've said this for a good couple of years now.
In the Premier League, Manchester United?
Yeah, I've said this for a couple of years. We don't have enough dynamic players to compete man-to-man all over the pitch with enough, maybe all of the Premier League teams. Wow. I watched Nottingham Forest the other day. Quicker, stronger than us in every department. Do you know what I mean? Could dominate us if we were man-to-man 1v1. I'd back them to beat us.
No way.
I would. And they beat us anyway. But I just don't think... At the moment, if you went, okay, we're going to play, I don't know, 1v1 on the halfway line, De Ligt, Maguire, even though they've been solid recently, I'm telling you, this season they've been solid, them guys.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to see them on the halfway line, 1v1 against Haaland or Isak. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't back them in them situations. And then you go into midfield. Then you go into our forwards aren't outrunning anyone. Like if Hojlund plays against, or Xerxes plays against Arsenal's backline, I don't think they're losing any sleep whatsoever. I don't think any team in the league at the moment are losing sleep because they don't challenge them physically, and obviously confidence is low. But I'm just talking, forget confidence and ability. I'm talking from a physical point of view. They're not being able to challenge the top teams.
No, you're right, because I was thinking about it in my head quickly. You got Arsenal centre backs. You know what I mean? They're
Nottingham Forest pair.
Nottingham Forest pair. If you're looking at obviously Chelsea are a bit questionable at times, but if you look at all the other top teams, Liverpool, City,
I don't think it has to be the top teams. I think I don't think there's any team in the league right now who's losing sleep over our forwards because they're not delivering. I'm not saying anything about ability here. It's just from a physical point of view. We're not testing teams in that sense. So when you're a defender and you go on the pitch, right, or a team. If you go on a team and you go, right, this team are really well drilled, they're great technically, etc. Most teams have got that, yeah? But when you go onto a pitch and you go, I know this is going to be a mad, hard day's work. I know these lot are going to run all day and they've got some really quick, devastatingly quick players as well that are going to go from the first minute to 90 minutes at the same speed. You know that is a hard proposition to be taken on. Mm-hmm. Man United don't ask no one that question.
What do United need in order to play the way his Lisbon team played?
Well, I agreed with Gary Neville on one thing yesterday. He said they need 5 players. I think they do 4 or 5 players. Obviously, they're going to be constrained by and have restrictions from PSR, okay, which is they have to play within those guidelines. We can all say they need 4 or 5 players. I think, who do they need? I think they need a centre forward, and I've been going on about this for ages. They need a centre forward, and I don't want no young upstart. I don't want no young guy who's coming to learn his trade. I want experience who knows his way around a football pitch.
Yeah, but
there's only one man.
I've got to counter you a little bit.
Go on.
Because prior to you guys buying Hojlund, you was pretty excited about it, rightfully so, because obviously he was doing his thing at Atalanta for that season. But I don't think you were keen on the fact that you had all your players were the players that you were buying looked like there was no resale value, and they were obviously all pushing on a little bit. You wanted something a little bit young, fresh. What's changed?
No, that's as a squad.
Okay.
I was thinking holistically. But when you're drilling down into the centre forward area, we've got Xerxes, doesn't have experience.
Yeah.
Hojlund, no experience. Cheetah, young kid. Right? No experience. Where's the experience? Okay, going back to this point again, I've said it on previous podcasts that we've done. When Wayne Rooney signed here, he had Ruud van Nistelrooy to look at. Do you know what I mean? When Diego Forlan came in, Ruud van Nistelrooy was there. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was here. Do you know what I mean? Even when Wayne Rooney was here, as a young player playing and doing really well, the manager brought Henrik Larsson in. Support cast. And you know, I can't wait till we get Wazza on here. I want people to hear him talk about Henrik Larsson and the impact someone like that of experience had on him.
In that 3.5 months or whatever that he was there.
He was Wayne Rooney, the superstar.
Yeah.
When Henrik Larsson came in that door, the way that Wayne Rooney, and this is when I talk about intelligence, Wayne Rooney, you could see that he was like a sponge to this guy. And it wasn't even the best Henrik Larsson that we got.
No, and you won the league that year.
Yeah, and Henrik Larsson was important.
Very important.
And the key point is that Wayne Rooney was humble enough to go, what can I take out of his game? What can I take out of his... You think Wayne Rooney was shooting the ball back through people's legs consciously, consistently, before he met Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? No. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was doing that, and Wayne was seeing and asking.
Oh, do you mean the reverse little when it goes through the...
Going this way, then banging it back through the defender's legs, right? Into the other corner. You think he wasn't asking questions and being a sponge in training? There was things Ruud was doing. That hunger to score, being in the right place. Wayne's looking at it. He's a young kid. This is superstar Wayne Rooney doing that. Henrik Larsson comes and he's making runs and playing, conserving energy and doing certain things that Henrik was doing, and Wayne was just copying bits and pieces. Wayne's turn, when the ball came in, ask all the defenders back in the day, Wayne had this turn on lock. The ball come into him, he'd take the ball back where it came from with one touch and then turn on the outside foot. Spin, gone from the defender. Who taught him that? Didn't even teach him. I don't even think Wayne Rooney had a conversation with him. Who did Wayne see do it and copy? Louis Saha.
Wow.
Like,
you forget
he was learning off everyone, man. But And this is where I sympathise with Hojlund. He's got no one to learn off. Who's he learning off? He's learning stuff off Cheeto. He's seeing Cheeto in training. He's seeing Xerxes, people with no experience. I'm not talking about no ability, they have no experience.
It's crazy because even when
So
Rude
I
came in...
sympathise with him in some ways.
Yeah. But even when Rude came in, even though he came in and it was obvious he was going to be the starter when he came in from PSV, he still had either Yorkie or Coulter, at least Rude.
Yeah.
At least. Even if you go down a pecking order during your time, Alan Smith still had players that he could look to.
But that's good recruitment, man. That's why I say the recruitment, it's not just about level of player we've recruited, it's the actual squad's makeup. It's not conducive to helping other players. Like, your number 9 is the guy's going to get you points on the board, man. He needs help sometimes. Like, and listen, he's playing now and he's getting hammered and he's getting picked apart. But I do still think there's some of that blame goes down to the recruitment, and the recruitment is going to be the be-all and end-all this window. But that's what goes to my point. Osimhen, and I know, sorry, Naples and Napoli, you and Galatasaray, they want to keep. If I'm Man United, Osimhen comes to Man United next year. I'm making it happen. And the caveat to that, if I am advising Garnacho, I say I want to go Napoli. I want to go and play left wing at Napoli. And the deal would be I want Osimhen to come the other way. And because Garnacho, if we didn't have Amorim as the manager and they had a manager who played with wingers, I'm not selling Garnacho. I'm not selling him. No chance. I'm keeping him here.
But you reckon it's the way that they're playing now?
I like him. I love him. He might not be in his best form right now, but I love Garnacho. I love his nerve. I love his balls. I love that he's got a confidence and an arrogance. He thinks and he wants to be the best, right? And he might not be going through that stage and spell now. All happens to all young players. But the system that the manager wants to play does not suit him. So if I'm him and I'm an advisor in his team, I'm saying, just guys, thank you, but I want to go now. I would say that if I'm him, because if I'm his advisor, I want him in an environment where he's going to get the best out of him. If I'm him, I get out of there, because I think this system is only going to hold him back. Yeah, and it actually feeds both parties. It helps him to go on play somewhere where they play a football that suits him, and it helps Man United with PSR. And you don't have to sell Maino. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, Napoli love a maverick anyway, and But the big point is you need Osimhen. We need Osimhen. We need experience. We need someone who knows how to score. We need someone who can come and show these young strikers at Man United how to do it and what is on the table or what's on the line and when they can how to deliver. So that's what we need. I want to pull it back to the players that you said we need, because I think this is really important. You said around 5 players. You don't have to name the exact players, but at least a position. So you said definitely a striker. Yep, I want a centre midfielder to play alongside Ugarte. But that player needs to be able to take the ball and transfer it through to the Brunos and to the strikers. And who I'd go for? Who? Adam Wharton. Crystal Palace midfielder. Yeah. Adam Wharton. I'd go and get him. Talk to me, because you've been a fan of his since last year. And on top of that, I remember you came in pretty excited when we were in Germany at the Euros. You're like, Joel, Steve. Yeah, it was with his family, innit? We had a night. We didn't have many nights out. My wife watches the show, so we had one night out, and the players' families were in the hotel. They were staying in that hotel in Berlin. No, in where did we stay? Dusseldorf. Yeah, Dusseldorf. They were staying there after one of the games. I think it was the knockout stages, and it was kicking off in there. All going on. Kobe's family were there. Luke Shaw's old man and that were there, and a few of the other players. And his family just cool, calm family, up north somewhere. And they were just talking. I said, what's he like as a kid? I said, listen, he's just really relaxed, just loves his football. Just a real football nut. Just loves the game. Just consumed. Who said that? Game. What, mum and dad? His mum. I think it was his mum. Mum or his dad, one of them. I was probably about 10 pints in by then. I heard his mum and dad were excited that night, man. They were on cloud 9, and good luck to them, and rightly so. And we were in there just like vibing with him, and I was really interested to see like, what's he like as a kid? And what I heard was really refreshing. Like, you ain't going to see him anywhere else but thinking about football. Really? Yeah, so he's one. And the reason why I take him is because he'd be the one who can get the ball and transfer it through the pitch. He's passing. He's got a great range of passing, confidence on the ball. I've seen him against like big teams like Liverpool, I think, and City last year at home, Selhurst Park. He was really good, really comfortable. I think he'd be a great addition to this squad. Young English talent as well.
He reminds you of a player.
Yeah, a little bit like Carrick sometimes, the way he slaps the ball about. Like, he's not got the same frame or nothing like that, but his intentions with the ball is more like Carrick, what I feel. Another one I'd buy is Cunha. He's made it clear he wants to leave.
Yeah.
I'd buy and go get Cunha.
You know what? I think we're linked with him, though.
He ain't coming to you before us, bro. If we're both if we're in the shake-up to get a
come on,
player.
man. Nah,
bro, they're picking Man United's badge.
Yeah.
The stadium, the aura of the club, not the team right now.
That's why Declan Rice plays for us and not you, yeah? Yeah?
That wasn't the reason. Declan didn't make a choice there.
What? What do you mean?
Man United didn't bid.
They didn't, but listen, Man United were interested.
Man United, what I would say,
Go on.
Man United fucked that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't normally swear on the pod, yeah, but they fucked that one up because I wanted Declan and I advised a couple of people there to take Declan, get him at all costs, right? And they didn't even bid. The guy's so good, we don't even talk about his price tag. Yeah, man.
How about that?
Yeah, he's the man. I love him.
Good luck.
But I would have took him. So Cunha for that one of the number 10 positions because I think he's again another dynamic player.
Okay, so that's 3 players.
Yep.
No, is that 3 or wait? Hang on a minute.
No, that's Osimhen, Wharton, Cunha. Your 3 players.
Yeah.
You know what else I go and get? I go and get Frimpong.
Really?
Right wing back.
Right wing back. I don't know about that. You got to be careful with that.
Why?
Because he's not a right wing back.
What is he?
Play him on the right. Like
what is
I don't.
He, what is he?
He's a forward to me. Like he's an attacking player.
Yeah,
you start playing him as a right wing back. You're taking away from his game.
No, you got Dorgu, who's I think better, more like box to box.
Yeah.
And you've got Frimpong, who's more attack minded. I think you need one of them who's going to go bang and just go up, be up all the time. That's him. Telling you.
I don't know. Do you know why I don't think you need to do that? Because you've got Ahmad already.
I'll play him as a 10, bro.
But his best games has been on the right.
No, I think his best position, long term, is a 10. If you ask Ahmad, where do you best play? Where's your best player? Where do you feel most comfortable? He ain't saying right wing back. Trust me.
Probably not, but I don't know, man. But all right, cool. So that's you. You would go get Frimpong.
Yep.
Yeah. And last position.
I think that them. If I got them 4,
yeah,
I'm happy.
You're top 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got them 4, I think you're definitely getting top 6 next year.
Which I agree. I don't even think you lot are 13th, like a 13th place team anyway.
Bro,
if I'm honest.
Osimhen,
yeah,
Cunha, Frimpong, and Adam Wharton, bro. I should be in the team for recruiting, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now.
But when we're looking at players, as exciting as some of these names are, massive respect to Wharton, obviously Cunha. I would like to see him in an Arsenal shirt. But Manchester United, I'm going back to that clip that we watched this morning, the aura.
The AC Milan, Man
the
United.
AC Milan United, like the level of play, it's just not the same though, is it? Really?
I know, but I keep hearing a lot of people, and a lot of people are judging Man United by the standards of 10, 15 years ago. Where Man United are now, we're going to be doing well to get these players. Yeah? We're going to be doing well that these players are going to say, yes, I do want to come to Man United. I still think Man United has that gravitas. I still might think Man United has that the weight of the shirt and the it's Man United up in lights, yeah? The team ain't doing that or saying that, but the club still, I think, holds weight, right? And I look at it from a player. If I'm a player, I'm thinking, can I go there and be a part of change in the next 2 or 3 years? Then I'll become an absolute game changer. And at Man United, that means superstardom on a different level to anywhere else we're talking in this country. So
if let's just say you're a player, let's just take Camavinga, who we're not saying is leaving Real Madrid, but
he's not in the team starting all the time.
Anything could happen.
Yeah. So
can you draw those players?
In one word, no. We can't. Like I've named players there. By rights, really, in my heart of hearts, I want to go to Real Madrid and go, right, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, you're not playing regular. One of you's got to come now. We're taking you. Back in the day, we'd be able to get one of those. We can't even pick up the phone to them man right now because them man ain't taking the call. Them man are not taking the call right now. They ain't. So we've got to look in a different pond. We're in a different pond right now. We're not in that elite pond over there where we can recruit players like that. We can't. We can't go to Barca and go like, Frankie de Jong has blagged us for two years now and said, nah, mate. Yeah, nah. Like, he just said, nah, blagged us.
I'm crying.
I'm right though. It hurts me. You know how much this hurts. Do you know what I mean?
That is crazy. If you're making a move this summer, would you pick United or Arsenal? You. Be honest as well.
I'm going to be honest.
Be honest.
If I was a player now, say for instance, if I'm Adam Wharton or Cunha or Osimhen now, I want to sit with both managers, and I want to see what your plans are. By the way,
you're being technical.
No. With both of them, the first question I'm saying, forget about me right now because I know what I'm delivering. Who else are we getting? That's what I want to know as a player. That's my first question when I walk in that room. I don't want to know about no money. Don't want to know about nothing else. I want to know who else are you bringing in to help us win. And that'll go a long way for me to decide.
But don't you think that United are like so far away though? Because I hear it. If I'm honest with you, that's the best way to approach this, right? And I think you're spot on. But if you look at our trajectory and where we are, Arsenal are, look, we're 11 points behind Liverpool and stuff like that. But we look closer to win. We've been second for the last 3 seasons.
Arsenal, let's get it right. As much as the banter we have and stuff like that, and I rib you and I have a laugh with Arsenal fans on my travels, right? You lot are miles ahead of us right now. You are. It's not even a close call, right? But I would be looking at the bigger picture. If you're going to go and get them 3 or 4 players along with me, there's so much more for me to gain here at Man United, in my eyes. I'm going to go there, I think. I am.
To potentially be 13th again?
No, because them players, we're not going to finish 13th again. That's like a mad year. I'm backing us, man. If we get the recruit, it's all about the recruitment. And I'm sitting here saying this is all hypothetical, right? But if the recruitment is bang on, and in this recruitment window, we have to sign players who can physically compete at the top level against the most physically capable players and teams. Anything else, I don't want it.
Rio, I'm intrigued with this one. We were talking about Huel last week, etc. in a bottle. But this week, it's Huel in a can.
Listen, we spoke about how they're sponsoring the podcast now. And we spoke about the bottle last week. But this is the can. This is the energy drink. This hits different. You know what I mean? Huel A to Z. It's very different to any energy drink that I've had. And this is the one, man. I'm telling you. This flavour's nice. The pineapple one's nice as well, to be honest with you.
It looks good, but it's all well and good you saying that. It hits it and it's great. But why? How come?
Because they cater to different tastes. Like, you know, like when you're walking about and you have a little drink, it's all about like the connection with a taste. And listen, I've had the 2 ones that I've had are the pineapple one. It's up there behind you. You can't see it right now. And this one here. And it's like cherry and raspberry. I think there's a watermelon. Pineapple and mango. That's my favourite, pineapple and mango. And they're just, I've not even tasted it yet. The blue raspberry.
Really?
That version, I'm ready. I'm ready to roll.
You ready?
Yeah, man.
But you've listed a whole bunch of drinks here, but which one is your go-to?
The pineapple and mango have to be my favourite. I've got to be honest with you. You know, like just before a workout, I just quick, boom, ready to rock and roll. Yeah. And the way I'm lifting at the moment,
you're back.
No, you know what? I'm not back, but to get there, I'm going to need a little bit of help, and this is vital.
It's funny because I know like you're particular when you're training and stuff. So what's actually in it?
Yeah, man, it's packed with 100 milligrams of natural caffeine and vitamin B12, so that it will help you reduce any kind of fatigue or tiredness, and that's vital, you know, because you know when you're going in the gym, I go early, so like I need that little bit of a boost to kind of get me through. So also it has vitamin C, it helps support the immune function. And 26 essential vitamins and minerals. So this is the one, man. Plus, this is another one that's low on sugar because I'm kind of big on that. I don't want too much sugar in my things. So this is definitely ideal.
Okay, cool. So obviously, I'm trying to get in shape. I got things to look forward to.
You got the wedding, innit?
Exactly. Yeah, so thank you very much for looking out for me. I will be on it.
So listen, just make sure you head over to huel.com/Rio Presents and use the code Rio Presents. They'll get you a tenner off and a free gift. So be in the game.
Do I get some as well, yeah?
Yeah, man. You're in the team, bro.
Cool. Say no more.
They're going to hook him up as well.
Yeah, say no more.
Me. I'm not a selfish guy.
I'm in it, man. Listen, we'll put the link in the description and make sure you read the T's and C's. For you listeners, we need you to keep on interacting with us because we will shout you out, whether you're listening on your audio devices, whether you're watching on YouTube, socials. Get following because we're reading out quotes and questions. At King David said he got in touch on socials. And he said, Rio, Osimhen or Gyokeres, which one suits United better?
Osimhen. I want someone who knows their way around the football pitch at the elite level and knows how to score at the elite level consistently. Osimhen's done that. No, Gyokeres, he knows Amorim's style of football. He could be a great signing. He could be a good, but I want here and now. He does. Yes, Osimhen hasn't played in the Premier League, but I don't care. I think he scores wherever he goes.
Obviously, we got here Gyokeres, 36 goal involvements in 26 games domestically this season.
It's a lot.
It's a lot still. You got at F United 255 says, with Euro and De Ligt playing well lately, do you think United will try and offload Maguire?
I don't know. Maguire, listen, they might have to reduce his contract or something like that. If he was willing to do that, I wouldn't be surprised if Maguire stays as a squad player in the coming years. Wouldn't be surprised. I think he's coming in and he's doing all right when he's playing. He looks solid. I think, to be fair, the back line has looked quite solid recently, whoever's been playing. I think Lenny Yoro getting these games in is going to be good for him next season. I think we'll see a better and a more suited to the Premier League when he's with his learnings, Yoro. Heaven, I think, has exceeded expectations already. He's 18 years old and looking forward to seeing what comes of him. Martinez to come back from injury, see what happens there. De Ligt in the middle of the three looks quite solid. But again, most of them players I just mentioned are for here and now, suitable. Maguire and a De Ligt, if we get to the point where we're pushing to go and be a team that wins something, are they suitable for that? I would probably argue against it. But right now, I think they're very suitable, experienced, solid campaigners. In the way we're playing at the moment, it kind of suits the way that they play. When we get to an Amorim style of football, when he's got it down to a T, playing high pressing, high octane football, it might have to be a shift from those.
You've actually answered one. I'm not going to ask you the question, but at Bruno 8FC said, are you going to continue with your De Ligt agenda or actually realise he's a good player? But I think you've just answered that in what you
agenda.
said.
I've got an agenda against De Ligt. It's that styles make for discussion, and does his style fit an Amorim team? No, not in my idea. I think if Amorim was sitting there and being brutally honest, we'd go, no. But he's right for now.
He's good for now. Dior on socials asks, with Luke Shaw back fit, should Dorgu start ahead of him?
Yes. Luke's got to prove his fitness, isn't he? No one's doubting Luke Shaw's ability. His ability is unquestionable. Top player. But what is questionable is his ability to stay fit. And he has to prove that.
Before I move it on to...
where I would use Luke Shaw, I wouldn't play him left wing back because I think physically he can't do it now. So the injuries are too much. And that position demands an output of running up and down. It's too much for him, I think. I'd play him left side centre back. And he's played there a lot for us.
To be fair,
and his best games for Man United have been there. His best games for Man United have been there.
He's solid in that position. Really quickly, where do you think we should hold Manchester United? So, and the reason why I asked this question is because I was watching Roy Keane yesterday and Gary Neville, and Roy Keane, one of the things he was criticising the lack of goals that United were scoring, and he said that a draw will get you nowhere quickly. And then you had Gary Neville, he was ranting a raven in the gantry, and he came in and he was upset. Do you think the way they view this current team is fair, yes or no?
I think yesterday, when I listened yesterday, I think that they're judging it by a standard that they played in. If you just judge it by where this team are, a 0-0 draw against Man City, the last year's champions, still up there in the league near the top. You say before the game, Man United to take that. We're hovering above relegation, bro. We're not fighting for the league. We're not in and around Man City playing there. Where you go, if we're in and around them, you can expect. If Bournemouth got a draw, if Everton got a draw, or Palace got a draw with Man City at home, they'd go, thank you, shake your hand. So why is it not right for Man United where we are right now?
But I think that's Roy's argument.
What?
This is Manchester United, he's saying.
Yeah, this is Man United. No, but that's Man United. The expectations that Roy is talking about there is the Man United that he played in, where a 0-0 draw at home against anybody is unacceptable in a change when you go back in. Disappointed immediately. This team aren't there. This team aren't at that place where they can sit there. They got beat by Nottingham Forest last week. So to think that you're going to beat Man City, or you should be expecting to beat Man City, or be disappointed with a draw of Man City on the back of a defeat to Nottingham Forest is wild to me. It's not realistic.
4 points from City this season.
Yeah, look at it like that, by the way. 4 points off Man City. Thank you very much. We've overachieved.
And when you look at that, though, I think it's a mixture as well of the post games. Everyone's hugging, and that's probably what drives him mad as well a little bit.
Just a quick one. Just back to that point we were talking about there. This is from Roy and Gary, who criticised Man United for being too open before.
Yes.
Oh, they're too open. Bruno's running everywhere. He's not a captain. He's the team, they're getting cut through. They've been sliced up and battered by Man City.
Casemiro open,
Casemiro on his own, bodies, big spaces around him. Then the manager's adapted a little bit, and we get a 0-0 draw against them. Oh, that's not right either. So you can't do right for doing. It's just you've got to allow them to then adapt, and then they've got a result out of it. But you're still not happy. Well, where's going to be the happiness then?
I think Casemiro had the most tackles yesterday. Was it 11?
Casemiro was like rolling back 11? The years again.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that because he's gone through a bit of turmoil in his last year, but he's obviously had to go back to the drawing board. He's had to work. You can see the guy's a consummate pro.
Yeah.
Whether you like him or rate him or not, the guy's a professional, and you don't win what he's won without being that. So a testament to him to play in a game like that and still be able to show the quality that he showed yesterday.
I think most people in his shoes, with everything that he's won in the past, like
down tools.
Easily.
Gone. Yeah, I agree.
Top pro. Kevin De Bruyne, it was his last derby yesterday. I mean, if I'm to be really honest with you, I don't think he had a great game. But overall, how good has he been?
Kevin De Bruyne. What a player, man. What a player. Like, if Bex played in that position, Bex is probably the nearest that I'd see in that position as someone like, and how highly I rate Bex. He's a wonderful footballer off both feet. The precision passing, always wants to hurt the opposition. That's the one telling thing about him that I love, because like we're in a time where we're talking about systematic footballers. He's someone who was almost like, you could see there was an arrogance, there was an attitude of, you can tell me what you want, but if I see it and it's going to hurt the opposition, it's going to create a chance, I'm playing it. Forget what you said. And then we've seen him argue with Pep. He's got that little bit of petulance.
Told him to shut up.
Yeah, he's got that petulance. So, and I love that about him. And it's no coincidence that in big moments he stepped up as well for Man City. But a truly I think majestic footballer. I think that's the best word for me. Like, he's a majestic, thinking, decisive player. And one of the best midfielders to play in this league, 100%. I didn't agree. I think it was Caro who said the other day that the second best foreigner to play in the league. No, he's not. He's not.
Yeah,
Thierry.
Yeah, Eric Cantona. They're the top two. They're the top two.
What?
Best foreigners to play in this league.
You're forgetting one of the bigger names.
Who?
Cristiano, bro.
In the Premier League, Cristiano is not better than Eric Cantona or Thierry Henry in the Premier League.
I think you'll find that he's the only one out of them who won the Ballon d'Or in the Premier League as well.
That's fine, but Thierry Henry got robbed, so let's not do that. And Eric Cantona, we can all say you got robbed, but the trophy,
one of these 5 or 6 are sitting there.
Your club's new era is built off King Eric.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
5 titles in 6 years. The only time you didn't win is when he did that thing at Palace.
Eric was great, but
bro,
he's not on the same. He's not on the same page as Cristiano. He ain't.
You need to stop this, Rio.
He ain't. I'm telling you, bro.
Doing this. I know he's your mate, but you need to stop.
I'm not even joking.
That's crazy. That is insane.
So if you was picking a team to play tomorrow, right, and you wanted a player to play up front in your team, are you going to tell me you're going to pick Cantona over Ronaldo?
No, I think Ronaldo's a better player overall, but in the Premier League, if you're talking about Premier League achievements,
I'm not talking about nothing at Madrid or Juventus or Al Nassr. I'm talking about Man United.
That's insane, yeah. Eric Cantona's aura. You spoke about aura, and we were looking at that. Talking about the AC Milan video, and we spoke about aura. Eric Cantona, teams were defeated by the time he popped his collar up and stepped on the pitch.
Bro, you weren't even watching football then, bro.
No, I was watching Eric Cantona. I'll tell you that for sure. Mate.
Listen, Eric, I'm not even trying to downplay Eric Cantona. I think he was great. I think he was top. I think his impact and influence on the Class of 92 and the Man United team was huge, right? But I don't think he's even comparable to Cristiano.
in the way he
the
played,
Premier League. No,
in the
as
way
a
he
player,
played, how explosive he was. You're talking about maybe impact. That's great, and the colours and the fashion and all that. Yeah, that's
it's
great.
Not just fashion; it's what he did. What you lot when you bought him, he was the missing jigsaw, bro. Like he brought you lot to where you are now. But anyway, I digress with that. We're going back to Kevin De Bruyne because otherwise I'm just my heart in it. But if you look at Kevin De Bruyne, 6 Premier League titles, 5 League Cups, 2 FA Cups, 1 Champions League. Now, everything about him, super classy. What about the way he handled his exit? Do you reckon Trent could have learnt from that?
Yeah, well, if we go back to one of the old shows that we done a few weeks ago when he first started brewing, that was one of the first things I said. I think I said Trent needs to come out and just make it clear and own the narrative. That's exactly what I said. And I think if he had done that, I don't think we are where we are now, further down the road, where he's getting a lot of heat and a lot of people are questioning. Him not talking allows people to create debate and create hysteria, and you then sit one side or the other of the fence. Kevin De Bruyne, there's none of that going on. Kevin De Bruyne has come out and said, like, it's been very clear, been very open. This is the situation, guys. Love my time here, blah, blah. The difference is he's not a local lad. So there's a difference, right? And that's what a lot of people are harping on about. But I just feel that the transparency is the king. If you're transparent in the situation, don't care what you think, shut your mouth. I'm saying this is what I'm doing. And being very polite and being very open about it kind of takes the sting out of anybody's tongue.
One could argue, though, is it's not just the fact that he's a local lad, but it's where they are in the stages of their career. And also, City ain't really been challenging for anything. I mean, if you look at Kevin this season, as great as he's been, like 1 league goal this season since August, like, poor. You know, like, so...
Yeah, but then
it's probably a form thing as well.
Yeah, but the counter argument to that is, like, Trent's going out on a team that's won the league. They've won 1 league in 30 years, and he's going to leave in a year where he's been part of a team delivering the second one, and he played a big part in winning the other one. So in the 30 years they've not won the Premier League or any league titles, he's been in the team and integral to winning 2 of them.
1 Champions League as well,
and a Champions League,
got to finals as well, the Champions League,
and he's getting battered to go out. Yeah. He's getting battered because he's going to Real Madrid, by the way, who is the biggest club in the world right now.
Yeah, no, they're crazy.
Don't make sense to me.
The fans are crazy.
These Liverpool fans need to relax, man.
It's but at the same time, I think it's where they are at the stages of their career as well.
So, okay. So if Saka left now, if Saka said, you know what, after this season, we ain't won the league this year again, like, I'm getting bored of this, I'm going to go to Real Madrid, right? End of the season, on a free. What's your energy like?
I'm going nuts, bruv.
Are you?
I'm going nuts, bruv. What? You got to stay.
So if he delivers you the league next year and then says, I'm going to Real Madrid, what are you saying?
Do you know what it is? It hurts. You know, it's only until you've made that example. I never thought of it like that, but it hurts because he's ours, isn't it? Like,
no, but are you vexed with him? Are you going, you little traitor? Are you going, you traitor?
No, I'm not calling him a traitor.
That's what I'm seeing.
I'm hurt though. I am going to be hurt.
Why?
Because he's one of yours, man. You know, I think as well with Man City, they've had the luxury of having an abundance of top quality players that are just, you know, brought so much success. You know, when you think of Liverpool, right now you think of 3 players. You think Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, you know. Whereas City, if you're not thinking about Yaya, you're thinking about Aguero. If you're not thinking about Aguero, you're thinking about Silva. If you're not thinking about Silva, you're thinking about Kevin. If you're not thinking about Kevin...
Yeah, but Trent's been at Liverpool from like 6-7 years old, bro.
No, you're not. I don't think you're wrong.
His whole life of football has been at Liverpool Football Club up to this day. And also, all these people that are moaning, if they were in the same situation, if they got offered an upgrade on the role that they're in their job, to go to a better team, to a better job, more money probably, and better opportunities in the rest of their life, they're going to go. They will. These people are looking at it like through just one stupid like prism like this. It's like that.
Yeah. I do think they're wrong, and I don't think he deserves the.
Just sorry. I'm not against people being upset with it and being like, you know what, he's one of ours, we should keep him. But don't have venom towards him. And Liverpool fans, I must say, by the way, to add to that, one of the most knowledgeable football fan bases normally. On this one, I think what the social media and the noise out of the media is telling me is going against that, and which is disappointing.
I want to take it back to Kevin De Bruyne, who we were discussing. one of the best all-time Premier League midfielders. We can't argue that. But Rio, who's in your top 3 best Premier League midfielders of all time?
Ooh.
You got to pick carefully
Kevin
because
De
I'm still
Bruyne.
upset with your last comment.
What about Cantona?
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, he's top. Right, can I just say, we had Yaya on the other day. If you didn't see it, go and check out the interview, yeah? I think Yaya had the best individual season of any Premier League midfielder in history.
It's crazy.
The stats, we put the stats on the screen. The stats will pop up here. Look at the stats, man.
I was
Crazy.
listening to producer George, and I think he said he had 13 free kicks and scored 10 of them.
Yeah, it says it on the stats
insane.
there. Like crazy.
What?
Yeah, he was like, and I was. It's crazy. I won't show you them, but Steven Gerrard saw the Yaya interview and DM'd me on Instagram the other day, talking about Yaya was the real deal.
What? The Stevie G?
Yes, he said no. He said Yaya was a different type of problem than we've ever seen.
No way.
He did add a layer to that.
Go on.
Especially at that stage of my career.
Oh, is that
Yeah. Because I think prime time Stevie in his own head would be going, no one's doing that. Can't do that to me.
Yeah.
And I think that plays a lot sometimes. Like a young Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard. Prime time Steven Gerrard and prime time Frank Lampard saw a different Roy Keane. But a young Frank Lampard and a young Steven Gerrard saw the Roy Keane, who they couldn't get near.
And they don't forget, a lot of players have said that about Patrick Vieira as well, though.
Yeah, Vieira was tough.
They said,
so they're the names. I've got Vieira, De Bruyne, Lampard, Keane, Gerrard, Scholes. They're my Mount Rushmore as my holy grail midfielders in the Premier League era.
You don't throw in. I know he's a different type of midfielder, but Silva.
No. I think Silva was great. Him and Fabregas are great, but they're different and they're just like, I love them, but I just wouldn't put them with them guys.
Okay.
Like, all those guys were like single-handedly could carry the whole team on their own.
Yeah.
In any day, any month, any year.
Would you throw in a Rodri there in the future? Or is it not your type of?
Maybe, yeah.
In the future.
Yeah. But right now, you want to see his body of work first, right?
Well, you say that. We're going with your arguments, he's won Ballon d'Or in the Premier League.
Yeah. But he's not retired. He's the all players that are finishing, right?
Right.
So Rodri will be in there, I think, in time.
In the future,
right?
okay.
But I'm going to say Vieira, Lampard, and De Bruyne just miss out.
Ooh.
They just miss out.
Ooh, are you sure?
Yeah, they just miss out for me.
Who's in then?
Scholes. Can I just say something? Scholes, yeah.
How many titles is
when you Scholes got 8 Premier League titles, bro.
Nah,
Is it 8?
It's more than that.
I think it's 11. Just for that, he has to get in. 11.
11.
Double figures. There's only 2 people that got double figures, I think.
Is it him and Giggsy?
Him and Giggsy. Anyway, Scholes is in, yeah.
11.
Because when you talk to, like, I'm just saying, I know myself anyway, but it gets justified and compounded by the fact that when you talk to people like Thierry Henry, Zinedine Zidane, Xavi, like, I don't even have to keep going on, but those 3 guys there go, Scholes is the truth. Scholes was different. He's the English player that they looked at and went, oh my God.
He could play in any country.
Any country, any era.
Any team.
Scholes was the baddest, right? So Scholes is in.
Can't argue that one.
Roy Keane. I don't know if there's been more of an influential midfielder on a team for as long a period and as dominant as him.
I think with the whole captain leader thing, I hear it. As a footballer, I don't think he's better than Patrick Vieira, but I hear it.
No, he's not as skillful as Patrick Vieira. But if we're talking a man who could dominate a game, the tempo, and pass the ball forward, bro, from that position, you need to go and watch the clips. Yeah. I'm telling you that I can feel this energy, and I'm getting hot now. Yeah. Like, because you've done it with Cantona and you're doing it with Roy Keane.
You ask Kino though.
No.
He was giving him the grief. Like, he'll tell you himself.
No. Roy Keane in that tunnel put it on, man, and went out, and we won the game, bro.
You talk about one game.
Yeah,
these guys had constant battles, man.
Yeah, but what I would say is not one of them was absolutely over the other.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm
talking just upon pure impact and over a sustained period of time. I played against both. Yeah, Vieira was bad. I love Vieira. He was bad. Ability technically, he's better than Roy Keane. Yeah, in a lot of ways. Yeah, flicking the ball over their heads. Roy Keane weren't doing all them things there.
To be fair, Joe Cole said the same thing when he sat down here as well.
But
yeah,
I play against Roy Keane, and then when I come to pitch, I remember thinking, this guy is of another planet. The way he's controlling everyone on the pitch.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's shouting and hollering. You do this, you do that. Why are you doing that? You better improve. What the?
And still receiving the ball perfectly.
And this is the point where I think people that watch him as a pundit today, didn't watch him as a player live, don't understand. His ability to get the ball and pass the ball through the lines to the Cantonas, the Beckhams, the Giggs, the Solskjaers, the Coles, the Yorks, was of another planet. Was top level. And he could run and be on the forwards in his pomp. He ain't just a breaker. He ain't just a tackler. He ain't just a shouter. He ain't just a captain. Roy Keane was the midfielder's midfielder.
I hear you. My argument is just
that's when
you look at the Patrick Vieira that came from AC and you look
and he
at
won
the
6
person,
Premier League titles.
The person, yeah, but Vieira won a World Cup and a Euros as well.
Oh, you're talking Premier, you just said.
Yeah.
You're talking Premier.
All right, yeah, but I'm just saying. Okay.
That's what you said about Canada before.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Let's bring it back. I'm just saying it's touch and go.
No, I'm not saying it's a big, all those, if I picked any of the other three in there, there's a fair argument for all of them. Lampard's the best goal scoring midfielder the Premier League's ever seen. He has to be disappointed not to be in there. But I'm choosing who I would pay to watch and who I'd want in my team.
Okay, so Scholes,
and the other one's Gerrard.
Scholes, Keane, and Gerrard. So you're putting Gerrard above Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne, who's got 6 Premier League titles, 5 League Cups, a Champions League.
Just a player, as a player that I love watching De Bruyne, right? But and he done some great things. Gerard done things that others, it's like you go, Roy the Rovers, no one's doing that.
Don't you think that's English bias though? Because if for example, Kevin De Bruyne, if Steven Gerrard was Kevin De Bruyne, you'll be sitting there going, no chance.
No, I wouldn't.
If they were to reverse their roles and you go, oof, Gerrard's got 6 Prem titles, 5 League Cups, 2 FA Cups and a Champions League. It's no discussion.
No. We said who would you have as your best midfielders, who are your all-time Premier League players that played. It's not about I'm just saying who I prefer. That's who I preferred. Stevie was a jack of all trades. He was a Swiss Army knife. Could do everything. He could be the holder. He could be right back. He could be right midfield. He could be a number 10. And he could be an 8.
His holding was okay.
He wasn't his best strength, but he still played for England in a holding role.
And that was poor tactics.
No, it was poor choice. You had Carrick and Owen Hargreaves who would have been better there. But Gerrard was
He's my favourite, by the way. I know I'm saying this. He's my favourite, but I think now
Lampard and all the others, Lampard, De Bruyne, and Vieira could all.
I love
get
Lamps,
in there.
but Lamps can sit down.
The most goals
from this argument, yes.
Wait. The most goals from any midfielder.
Yeah.
What did he get?
Averaging 20 a season. We know
he was getting 20. He got 20 a season
from midfield
for 5 years on a spin.
Bad man. He is a bad man. But for this one, Kevin De Bruyne to me is so good. Steven Gerrard's I hold him here. I think Kevin might be better than him.
Than Gerrard?
Yeah, man.
No,
I think so, man.
De Bruyne is not better than Gerrard on any day of the week.
Real? Why do you
he's
say
not.
things like this?
I'm sorry, he's not.
Why do you say things like this, bro?
He's not. I can't have it. I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to take this offline, man.
Why? Go on, tell me why then.
Because
why is he better? Why is De Bruyne better
Kevin
than
De Bruyne? First of all,
I'm not saying it's a big difference.
He's a 6-time Premier League winner. Where in most of those seasons, he's the heartbeat. People talk about Rodri, recently, or Aguero or Raheem. When they're playing false nine, if KDB's not in that team, right, those other players, every time they switch systems, it doesn't work. And on top of that, the guy can be out and you can see the levels drop. He comes back, he gets them over the line.
Yeah, Newcastle, remember last season.
You talk about Newcastle, when he's playing Real Madrid, even in the years that they haven't won, even in years that they hadn't won in the Champions League, he is the main man. When they're doing tactics, and I'm not saying that Steven Gerrard wasn't the main man and people didn't, watch out for him, but KDB will be respected. It's a bit like when you look at Eden Hazard clips now, you go, oh, mate, Hazard was the one man. and people are arguing that Hazard is better than Salah and whatever, I think you're going to have to give it a couple of years and people will look back at KDB and go, what did we have here?
I'm just saying, if you go clip for clip, Gerrard doesn't.
No.
Forget titles.
KDB's passes. His intricate passes, the way he finishes, his goal. Mate, Steven Gerrard, don't get me wrong, he's got screamers and that, but KDB, his assists. You're not going to find a player who can play more decisive balls in Premier League history than KDB.
No, he's the top assist man. I get that, but
didn't even talk about his assist record.
But you can't say that and totally disregard Gerrard's
I'm not
ability
disregarding
to open
him.
teams up. Ask Torres. Would they have achieved half of what they achieved if Gerrard weren't playing?
What did Suarez achieve?
Goals. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about goals. You're talking about creating chances.
Yeah, so then let's talk to Raheem Sterling. Let's talk to Aguero. Let's talk to Haaland. Let's talk to their players as well.
I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying you're talking like Gerrard was a myth.
No, I told you Gerrard is my favourite. Like, he is my overall favourite. But we have to stop. We have to stop and think about it now. Like, I think we get blinded a little bit. He's got 6 Premier Leagues. He's got 6 in 10 years.
Yeah, so it's an outrageous rate of winning, but I'm sorry. I love KDB, don't get me wrong, but I'm putting Gerrard in there. I'm sorry.
This is Mates FC.
No.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Wait, he's a Liverpool player.
Yeah. Still your mate though, isn't it? England teammate.
Liverpool player. We weren't mates at Liverpool.
Yeah.
I mean England. We weren't mates at England.
Anyway, so that's your 3. I obviously disagree. I didn't even read the stats. Gerrard.
One thing I can just finish on, right? That any 3 that we picked out of those 6, 7 including Yaya, I don't think that you can argue really against it. So we're just splitting hairs here.
Some good numbers though, innit? Like Gerrard, 120 Premier League goals.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
KDB 70.
Lampard 177.
KDB 70 Premier League goals.
Yeah, but then,
Gerrard 120.
Yeah, 120.
Yeah.
118 assists. Gerrard 92.
Lampard's the only one who's hit 100 assists, over 100 assists and 100 goals.
I think the person who I owe an apology to this is Lampard.
Yeah, I told you.
I think Lampard, I'm sorry.
Try to treat him like any man.
Sorry.
Over 100 assists and 100 goals. He's got more right to be disappointed not to be in that 3.
No, it's true. But you see me, I don't do Mates FC.
By the way, I'm not doing Mates. If it was Mates FC, Frank would be in there because I grew up with him.
That's true. Okay, fair enough.
Frank Lampard, one thing I would say as well, no midfielder, count my words, will ever score over 100 goals and 100 assists in the Premier League.
That's crazy, you know. And his assist record, it's nuts. 177, 102.
No one's getting that.
That's not even including Europe.
Don't care who you are, because they're not going to play here for long enough, I don't think. And if you are going to play, you're going to have to do some ridiculous numbers.
Listen, you've heard it here from us going back and forth the whole episode. You let us know what you think. Don't hold back.
Do you still think Cantona is better Premier League player than Ronaldo? Because I'm really...
This is what I'm saying. You see Cantona, yeah? What he did, he started your whole thing.
Doesn't matter.
He did. No, it doesn't matter.
About player.
But this is what I'm saying.
If you go to goals tomorrow and you've got to pick a man on your team,
that list is completely different.
Who are you picking? I've asked that question for my Man United time.
Rio, I answered you. That list is different. If you're talking about straight tech, player. That list is Thierry Henry, Yaya, Cristiano. I'm not even putting a Ruud van Nistelrooy in. I'm talking about players.
No, I'm saying
Hazard.
All I want to know is if you're best player. We said best player. Was that not the criteria? Who's the best form player to play in the Premier League?
The best form player is Thierry Henry.
Yeah, and then what? Then what? If Jamie Carragher said De Bruyne second, right? You went, no, Cantona second. I said, you forgot. Hold on, where's Cristiano in this?
Mate, honestly, Eric Cantona is the reason. He is the reason why you have Thierry Henry and David Ginola and all these guys. They all watched him. He's the godfather.
And this generation, the last 2 generations of young people, Cristiano is the reason, one of the main reasons why they watch football.
He is.
So don't tell me about Eric.
No, he never had the impact. But it comes from somewhere, though. He
had a good impact, don't we? Not like Cristiano.
A good impact. Wow.
Cristiano's had 2 world-class careers in one. Do you know that? Did you know that?
I can't believe.
Did you know that?
What, at Man United?
Cristiano's had 2 world-class
careers in one career. No one on earth has done that.
I'm not saying that. Cristiano is the
I'm just telling you.
He's the all-time GOAT.
When you talk about impact,
I'm talking about.
He came as a winger. He's been a world-class winger and won the Golden Ball, won the Ballon d'Or, and he's been a world-class number 9 and won multiple Ballon d'Ors. Who's done that, bro?
King Eric Cantona. Oh my gosh.
Can't tell me about impact, man. Get in the comments and let us know what you think, man. I want to see what the comments have got to say about that.
In the Premier League, by the way.
Yeah. Ballon d'Or. No, none of the players you just mentioned won the Ballon d'Or in the Premier League.
Because we all know the Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or is the right barometer, isn't it? Every year. Of course not. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think. This one hit the heart over here. Loads of interviews to watch. Obviously, the Yaya Toure one. I have to be really honest with you. I haven't had the chance to see it yet. But I need to watch it. I need to get on it, man.
There's comments about Messi and stuff like that. But
yeah, I need to watch it.
His five-a-side team as well. Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can only imagine.
By the way, I'm sitting down with someone next week.
No. I don't know why I said no. I don't even know who it is.
It's going to shake the net.
Can you say?
Yeah, I can't tell you yet.
Seriously?
Yeah, no. If you want to come, you can come. But
is it? But you've sat with everyone this season.
No, this
Cristiano, Bex, Yaya.
The football people.
Virgil.
The football people want to hear from this guy. I'm going up there this week.
Oh, you're traveling?
No, is it this week I'm going? Next week I'm going up there.
You know those ones where you're traveling have been mad, you know?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Watch this space, guys.
You know what? We're going to watch the space. Guys, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Joel Beya, Rio Ferdinand, signing out. Peace.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Rio Presents. Hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll be here every Monday throughout the season, so tell your mates and all get involved, man. If you've got a point you think we should be discussing or want to put us on the spot with a question you want answering, get in touch using the fans first at rioferdinandpresents.com email address or use hashtag RFP on social. Make sure you leave us a review and follow this Rio Ferdinand Presents feed and you'll never miss an episode. See ya on the next one.